Hello, everyone. You're in the office with Joseph Skoda and the butterfly, and not a butterfly, you could say, but Joseph Skoda, Social Media Shows Network. We often compare ourselves to others. We often compare ourselves to other butterflies or more handsome or beautiful people out there or more successful, but we sometimes don't look at how long it took them to get there. Obviously, if you're born handsome and beautiful like myself, you were born that way or put a lot of makeup on, whatever the case may be. But if you're not in the best shape of your life and you see people your age and they got a little bit more muscles up here, a little bit more power, a little more strength than you have, I'm sure they had to do a little bit of work to get there. I'm sure they had to work out a little bit and give up a couple donuts and maybe drinking in the bar and wake up an hour early to hit the gym or go to bed an hour late to get some physical fitness in. Well, the point I'm trying to talk to you about today is foundation. We all, at least most of us, want to be successful. Now, you and I have to decide what success means. Is it more money? Is it a houseboat? Is it having monarch butterflies in the backyard? Success means different things to different people. Yet, so many of us don't build a foundation to get there. Don't work hard enough. Don't ask the right questions. Don't follow a blueprint for their lives. Now, I know being a network marketer, I would always chase the next shiny nickel, the next big thing in town, the next best invention, and realize later on, it didn't matter what the next thing was. I still had to build a foundation of me. I still had to work on my own skill set. I had to learn how to communicate, give an elevator speech. I had to learn how to market and brand Joseph Skoda. Well, that's the same with everything in life. You and your siblings can all have the same parents, go to the same schools, have similar friends, but it's the one that builds that foundation just a little bit stronger, maybe even faster than their other sibling, is usually going to be a little more successful. Usually. Every now and then, somebody in celebrity lives happily ever after or marries into someone who has their stuff together up here. I, I've been involved with a lot of different people in my life and who some more successful than others, but I'm always trying to learn. I hired a coach a couple of years ago, probably spent, I don't know, $15,000. You may say that's a lot of money. And when I was thinking about it ahead of time, that was a lot of money and it wiped me out. But because of that $15,000 investment in myself, I recouped the money. It didn't happen the first month, second month. It probably took about 7 or 8 months before I recouped all that money and then some. And then I reinvested to different programs or different mentors or some coaching seminars over here to help me earn even more money than I did before. Do you understand shoes, for instance? You can buy a pair of $20, I don't know, Skechers or $100 pair of Nikes or $150 pair Reeboks, whatever it is. And we may say, oh my goodness, I'm not spending $100 on shoes. That's ridiculous. It is if you're just thinking about the name brand. Well, if you're thinking comfort, if you're thinking support, you're thinking something's going to last a long time, $100 is a small investment for you and your feet to have a strong foundation and be able to support yourself and walk longer distances and not have pain in your ankles, your shins, your legs, your knees. Sometimes we have to spend a little bit more. Sometimes, we don't always. Just like alcohol, you can buy a $100 bottle of wine or $10 bottle of wine, and sometimes a $10 bottle of wine tastes as good or if not better than a $100 bottle. I know, I've been there, done that. But when it comes to you and your foundation, you have to invest in yourself. You have to figure out what you want in life and how you're going to get there. And more importantly than anything else, we, myself included, need to stop comparing ourselves to others, even our own siblings or our own parents or our cousins, our friends. We don't need to compare ourselves to them. We look at people, for instance, doctors. Oh my goodness, you're a successful doctor. Now you've had some people become doctors in, I don't know, 10 years. You say 10 years, wow, you're a great doctor. Others might have taken 20 or 30 years to get there. But we're looking at them like, wow, you got the title doctor. You must have it going on. You're a lawyer. Wow, I'm excited. You're a mayor, you're a politician, you're a school teacher. I'm excited for you. What's your secret? The secret's the same for all of us. You build a foundation and you work as hard as you can till you get there. In real life, we often get distracted. Things come in our way, life interferes with our goals and our plans. But if we remain focused or get back on focus, then we can accomplish those goals one day or another. We can accomplish those goals sometimes. And sometimes, more often than not, we change. I may not want to be a doctor now. I may not be, I want to be a lawyer. I might want to drive heavy trucks. I might want to be an exterminator. I might want to own my own marketing company. That's okay. It's okay to move from here to here to here, but some skill sets will never change. Learning how to market yourself, learning how to brand yourself, learn how to save some money, invest in yourself. Those are extremely important attributes that each and every one of us needs to learn. Now, working with Social Media Shows Network, I work with Maria Perez and so many others in the network. I've been able to fine tune certain skill sets I had or didn't have and learn some other things I didn't before. Doesn't mean it's going to make me successful. Nobody gives me an edge. It gives me an edge because I'm publishing more material out on a regular basis. I'm not necessarily doing it on my own. I'm doing it part of a collaborative effort with the other shows on the Social Media Shows Network. So yes, giving me an edge. Will it make me super rich? God willing, it will. But regardless, I'm going to learn something. I'm going to touch people's lives. I'm going to encourage them to build a foundation and not compare themselves with others. And some of you may reach out to me and say, wow, I understand. I get it. I'm stuck in that rut also. Can you coach me? Will you mentor me? Will you tell me what business you're involved with to help me get to the next level? I found that to be one of my biggest successes in life. It's not how much money I make per se, it's how many lives I touch. It's how many people over the years have come to me and asked for my help. It's when many people come to me and invest in me and my education, invest in my well being, where I'm able to give more back and serve others. You see, you may not be in situation or well at the moment financially where you can invest 15,000 or even 5,000 or $500 into a coach. But you got to figure out if you get a quality person to help you along the way, you'll get to your goals a little bit quicker. If you try to do it yourself, and I've tried to do a lot of things myself, I was screwed up my own taxes the last couple of years and had to hire a real professional. Can you imagine that? Let the experts do what they do best. And you do it, you do best. It may be taxes, it may be a TV personality, it might be, I don't know, growing butterflies in your backyard. Well, not necessarily growing them, but growing them and helping them live and survive. And whether it's butterflies or another animal or another insect, it might be your passion. But build that foundation skill set. Learn how to communicate. Learn how to market. Learn how to brand yourself. Learn how to ask help when necessary. Reach out to a show like mine or someone else in the Social Media Shows Network and share your story. We're always looking for guest speakers and someone we can talk about and brag about. Someone trying to write a book, someone who's good at doing blogs, someone who's great at video editor, someone who has a great inspiration or motivation for the rest of us, or someone knows how to cook and wants to share the recipes with us also. We love those things. Of course we do. Every one of us has a story. We have a lot of people talking about Bitcoin and finances and wealth. We have a lot of people talking about ministry and quite frankly, talking to Jesus, our Savior, and how to find our way to heaven. We got other people humoring us with different comedy routines, and we have some of the funniest people out there. And we learn a lot about what's going on in people's neighborhoods. For instance, Las Vegas and red carpet events, they just kind of come as we become better at what we do. You want people to notice you, then volunteer to do something for free. You want to make some money, to get involved as a personal assistant to someone and learn some of the tricks of the trade. You want to get successful a little bit quicker, invest time and money and resources into yourself as well as others. See, I may not make the millions I want to one day, but hopefully I instill in my children some of the skill sets I have and the importance of building their own foundation where they will earn their millions one day. Or maybe my grandkids. I can just sit back and smile. Say, yep, thought I'd teach you something. I thought you learned something from me. It's not all about how much money you make determines your success. Obviously, it's how much you're able to keep. And if you're getting gray hairs or going senile or don't have any time to yourself, any freedom to yourself, then maybe you need to pick a different passion. Maybe you need to pick a different journey. Maybe you need to take the fork in the road and go the other way than the way you went before. And many of you know I'm involved in my own vacation club, and I use VIP-vacations.com, and it's a great club. And we're able to put people who never vacationed before on real vacations. Not like 2 hours out of town or not the Disney World or not just the Florida where everybody wants to go, but real vacations where you can sit back and relax and someone's catering to you and you can surround yourself with people on their own journey in life that can share. I've learned some of my best skill sets and my best contacts and networking from the vacations I've been on. And some are just in my backyard. But if I went to Mexico or Germany or Japan or Canada or Maine or even Disney World, which I really haven't been to in a long time, and the different cruises, I meet some of the best people. And then you learn how they make money to take their vacations and what they're doing to make a lifestyle for themselves, or quite frankly, just want to enjoy. Now, a few years ago, I spent a Christmas holiday, just a couple nights in a hotel, beautiful area of Cambria, California. It's up along the coast, actually just a couple hours from where I live. And I met this woman, I don't know, probably, I'd say she was in her 70s. I could be wrong, maybe her 60s. She was too happy to be in her 80s, but who knows? And she had her daughter and grandkids with her. And she says every year, instead of buying Christmas gifts for everyone, they all took a vacation together. They set up new memories each and every year, a new tradition. It wasn't hanging a bulb on a Christmas tree. It wasn't hanging up lights. It wasn't buying these gifts that people are going to forget about later. It was she would spend the money and take them all on vacation. And this particular was Cambria, California. They've been to San Francisco. They've done an Alaskan cruise. They've done some other things. I thought, wow, this is someone successful in my mind. If nothing else, the kids want to be around her, not just like put a gift under the tree and you don't see them again till their birthday or another holiday, but they want to be around them and they can share. They kept talking about, oh, this time we did that. A couple of years ago, we went here. And a few years back, we did the other thing. Now, which was funny, later on, I'm talking to the lady, the monarch of the family, and she's like, I'm actually just spending the kids' inheritance, but we're all having fun and we get to share it together. And the kids said they know it didn't matter because they got to spend quality time with Ma, with grandmama, quality time. When's the last time you spent some quality time with your parents, your aunts, your uncles, a sibling? We're all getting up there in years, and some of us have more money or resources than others, but we all have something to share. We all have some input. We all have something more likable about us, believe it or not. Now, I belong to the American Legion, not too far from where I am, and I'm the current commander. And I just remember going in my first time as commander, all happy into the lounge and say, "Good morning." And there's this old rusty Navy veteran in the corner. And I'm sure you heard the saying over and over again, "What's so good about it? What's so good about it?" Too many people have this negative mindset and just want to be negative about everything. Well, he died a few years ago, kind of poor. I don't know if he's poor, but very miserable. Never really smiled, complained about everything, thought everyone owed him. And he was a Vietnam veteran, and he had certain issues, and he had some leg problems and foot problems. But instead of looking for the silver lining, he had kids, and I think grandkids lived in the area, and he wouldn't go see them. "Oh, I have too much trouble getting around because of my legs." He could find the bar stool. He was bitter. I don't know what the bitterness or where it came from exactly. And maybe his kids did him wrong one time or an ex-wife. I didn't want to get that personable into it. But we can become bitter or we can become better. We can blame the world for our problems or we can blame ourselves for our problems. But regardless, we all have some problems. We all have some issues. We all don't know if we're making the mark or even if we're hitting our own standards, let alone someone else's. We need to get rid of that chip. We need to get rid of that bitterness. We need to live our last few years or months or days in a joyful giving mode. If that's taking a family member on a vacation, if it's learning a new skill set or writing a blog, if it's getting on one of our shows and telling your story, or maybe writing that first book that you've always talked about, trust me, I've been talking about for 20 years myself and still haven't done it. Doesn't mean I won't. It just isn't my top priority right now. And I'm not going to compare myself with someone else where writing a book is their top priority. I've got other goals I'm working on, and when I finish these or when I advance, then I can bring something else along. We have no right to compare ourselves to other people. We're all in different situations. God made us all unique. Even if you have a twin brother or sister, you're still both a little bit different. And God wanted it that way. So we don't have to be so much like our brother or even our spouse. Might want to think alike in some aspects, but we do have our own minds, our own brains. We can pick up a book of our choice and read it. We can watch what we want to, what movies we want to go see without someone telling us that we can't. We can go to a college or university or some adult learning. We can hire a coach. You can become part of my vacation club and travel the world and have a different outlook on what life's all about. And when you get that different outlook on what life's all about, different than your siblings and your best friend, then you have more to share with others. And the more that you know, the more that you're good at, the more experience you have, yeah, success usually comes your way. It might not be financially, it might not be wings, but it will come to your way one way or another. Well, I'm trying to get out my soapbox right now, and I encourage you, I challenge you to go out there and find what really makes you tick, what you're really excited about. And if you need some help getting there, please reach out to me, josephskoda.com, or find me out here on this channel or look me up on Facebook and so many other ways. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Vimeo channel, LinkedIn. The life goes on and on wherever we're at. You have to go to our website, socialmediashows.com or whatever it is. I get confused myself. If you need a little help from someone who's kind of been there, done that. Now, I'm not you. I haven't been in your situation, maybe similar, but my outcome's going to probably be a little bit different. Your outcome's going to be, you could be even bigger and greater than I could even imagine. And I can learn from you. Once again, build that foundation, make a difference, and be the real you. This is In the Office with Joseph Skoda. Over and out. Have a great day, everyone. Bye. If you liked our show, please subscribe to our YouTube channel or find us on any social media platform, Instagram, of course, Facebook. Like, subscribe, share. We appreciate it. Let us know your thoughts and join our team. Anyways, we appreciate you staying tuned week after week, day after day, because we continuously build up our network to bring to you what you're asking for. Have a great day.